Hello guys, welcome to today's test ride. I'm going to take you over this shiny orange beast, the KTM 690 Duke R. I rode the baby Duke, the 390 recently, and I was really impressed with it. That was just an easy bike to get around, good little punchy bottom end. And this is, kind of like the grown-up brother. You've got hardly any extra weight, but you've got an extra 30 horsepower because you've got a 690cc rather than a 390. So the formula is pretty similar, lightweight, nakedy, motard style thing with plenty of punch off the bottom. So it should be a hoot. The R model comes standard with the Akropovic exhaust, so it sounds pretty nice as well. Anyway, enough chat. Let's get it on the road and see what it's like. I like coming to this spot because there's not a lot of traffic, which means you can actually have a bit of fun. And I feel like this is the kind of situation that the 690 is designed to excel in as well, as like tight little, like urban situations potentially. It's got that kind of hooligan feel to it. It's a good little opportunity to just put it through its paces before we rejoin the traffic. Wow, just then it changed direction so quickly I hardly even had time to stand it back up again. Feels great. This spot might look familiar because this is the same place that I took the 390 Duke to start my test. So I'll do my customary tight U-turn here and see what it's like. It's got high handlebars, upright seating position, should be easy to maneuver. Yep, piece of cake, turn it around, no dramas. Okay, so this engine, the LC4, it's quite a popular one for KTM. They use it in the 690 Duke, the 690 Enduro, the 690 Supermoto. And as the name suggests, it's a 690cc single. And it makes near on 70 horsepower, so it's a beast of a single. But I hear a lot of people say that it's a very vibey engine. And yeah, of course it's going to be vibey compared to an inline 4 or something, but I'm actually really impressed with the counterbalancer. It does a really good job of smoothing out that vibration. And what I found on the way over here, it's almost more vibey when you lug it. Down around like 2,000-3,000 RPM, that's where it really, you feel those vibrations. But then once you get in the middle of that rev range, you don't feel it at all. It just feels nice and smooth. This is a hoon machine. This just makes you want to be a bit of a tool. I would go out onto the main road, but I actually think it's going to be worse. I think there's just going to be more traffic and less corners, so I'm going to stick to this if that's okay with you guys. Okay, so to summarise the engine, really, really nice. Like I said, this bike's super lightweight, so it doesn't have a lot of weight to push. But the engine doesn't feel like you've got a heap of torque and then nothing. It's a really free revving single cylinder. You can take it all the way to the red line, which is 9,000 RPM. Which I think is scandalous for a single as well. Let's try the brakes. Oh, they are incredible. That's really good. So yeah, you've got a 70 horsepower single that's pretty damn smooth and revs to 9,000 RPM. So that's a tick. Great engine. What about brakes? Well, as I just demonstrated before, I almost felt like I got the rear wheel off the ground with that braking. The braking force is fan-bloody-tastic, I would say. You got a Brembo caliper. I'm not sure what size the disc is, but it's anchoring a pretty big disc. You got ABS, as you'd expect. Really well sorted. Strong initial bite, and then plenty of additional stopping power. Yep. I feel like I'm doing chest presses with the brakes. Really good. And then the handling, as I mentioned before, it handles like a motard. Just like side to side, it just falls over. You just push on these upright bars, it goes exactly where you want it to. Really, really good fun. Just gonna stop here for a sec and give you guys a bit of a look at this dash, because that's another one of the major upgrades I can see over the Duke 390, is this thing has a really nice dash. So there you have it, folks. That's the digital dash. You can see you've got the rev counter that goes around the outside. Builds there as I rev it. You got a gear position indicator, what mode I'm in. So you can see there I'm in sport mode. This thing's got 3 modes, like a rain, a street, and a sport. I don't know how much difference they make. You can read up on it if you're interested. But yeah, you've got switchable riding modes. You got ABS. And you got a nice big prominent speedo as well. That was one complaint with the Duke 390, was all the instrumentation was really small, so you couldn't just take a quick glance down at it. But on this, yeah, tick tick, like really nice dash, really nice. There's the button for all your riding modes, pretty straightforward. While we're stopped, I just want to have another look at this thing as well. I mean, I think you're going to need a pretty outgoing personality to get around on one of these things. Like, it just shouts, look at me. But far out, what a good looking bike, huh? I like these silver accents on the decals. Obviously the trademark KTM orange wheels, orange trellis. Then you've got that beautiful Akropovich exhaust with a bit of carbon bling on it. If you come over to the other side, there's that Brembo caliper I was talking about. That LC4 690cc engine. And I understand heat off the Cat is a bit of a problem for the Enduro models. But you can see here the Cat's in a completely different position on the Duke, and that looks like a much more sensible spot, so I don't think you're going to have any issues with heat off this exhaust either. Tyres are Metzler Sporttech RRs. Obviously I'm not using them to their potential in this situation, but they feel pretty damn nice. I don't know if there's much more to say really. Amazing looking bike, in my opinion. But also you've got that killer power to weight ratio with this revvy single. Good handling. Incredible stopping power. This bike wasn't even on my radar. I actually went in there to look at a Triumph Street Triple, and the guy said to me, if you're interested in like a middleweight naked bike, you should really give the Duke 690 a try as well. And now I know why. There you have it, folks. 690 Duke R. Quick first impressions. Yeah, I tell you what, if you were in the market for a middleweight naked bike to have a whole heap of fun on a Sunday, add the Duke 690R to your shortlist. This is a killer bike.